in the world is happening with Pierce County real estate? Whoa, got to check this out. All right, so of all the updates that I do, this is by far the most boring. Why? Because it's the same thing. Pierce County is off the hook. That is such a straight line of appreciation. What could be more boring? Your house in Tacoma is going to be worth more next year than this year. Why? Because look at that. It's just going straight up. That is as steady of a graph as you get. You know, we're at 13%. It is steady, 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 steady. And you've gone from half the median value to about 3/4 of the median value, 2/3, somewhere between 2/3 and 3/4 of the median value of Seattle. So big deal, right? It's catching up, but there's still a ton of value to be had in the South Sound. Tacoma, all the Gig Harbor, Pierce County in general is kicking it. That is a really solid appreciation graph. And you know, I don't see any reason why that's going to stop. I don't see any major problems with it. Let's look at the details, the supply and demand of Pierce County, and it paints a very similar picture, but it will show you really what's been happening is not so much an increase in demand as it is a decrease in supply. So the blue is your demand. Your blue is the houses that went under contract any given month, and the green is the supply. That's the number of new listings that came on any given month. So if you look, and let's get these out up here. Okay. You know, you could see in November, you had demand outstrip supply, 1,300 sold with almost 1,000 listed. So far more demand than supply, but that's typical for November. You see that everywhere. Same thing last year, not so much in November of 2018, but that was a much more level, flat growth period across the Western Washington. But if you look at the spikes in supply in 2018, you got over 2,000, spike over 2,000 in 2019. Even then you had 5 or 6 months over 1,500. You barely cracked 1,500 twice in 2020. You never had the supply all year long in Pierce County that you had for the last 2 years. That is a huge part of the reason why you're seeing the increase in valuations and why I don't know what turns it. You would need some massive event to have there be a surplus of supply. And while the eviction moratorium and the forbearance situation may in fact pan out to be that, you can't guarantee it and you can't think for sure that's going to happen. So if you're selling in Pierce County, you should have an easy time getting that done. And if you're buying, you got to be careful and quick. Two things, careful and quick. If you have questions about your situation and you want to get, the details, because no one buys in Pierce County. You're only buying a house, which is on a block, in a neighborhood, in an area. And every one of those things is different and requires a different strategy and a different logic, a different thinking. Let me know what I can do for you. Happy to analyze and give you any sort of advice about that situation and help if I can. All right, Aaron Hendon with Christine and Company over at EXP. Be sure to subscribe, share this, comment, let me know what you need. Talk to you next month.